Hey guys, it's Matt Mick here with Lincoln Select Real Estate Group at Nebraska Realty. And today I'm here to discuss a topic that we hear a lot from people who are trying to buy a home while they currently own a home. And that is how to write an offer that can get accepted with a contingency to sell your current home. This can be a very slippery slope when it comes to trying to get into a home that when you currently own a home, because of course the seller has to get on the same page with you to allow you to buy their home, knowing that you also have a home to sell. So instead of one home to sell, there are now two, which of course makes things doubly complicated when it comes to buying or selling a home using this type of process. So to start with, guys, that is, for a seller that's looking to sell their home to you, that could be something that could cause a little bit of hesitancy, right? Not only do they have to sell their house, but now you're saying now we have to sell another home. So here are three things to consider when you're looking to make this type of sale happen. So the first thing is you need to do your best to bring in terms that are going to be advantageous to a seller. When we're in a seller's market like we've been for the last couple of years, and even a neutral market, which we've really been in for the last decade or more, sellers are going to want an offer that is going to benefit them as much or equal to what it benefits you. And of course, holding on to you as a buyer while you're trying to sell your home is something that may not always benefit them. So we need to find ways to make the terms of the agreement, as advantageous to everyone as possible. And so an example of that is maybe a closing period that works better for them, or other things that the seller may be looking for aside from price. So that's the first thing. Second thing is making sure that you are offering a price that is consistent with what the market in that area has to deal with. And I can tell you personally, representing sellers and buyers through this process, if I have a seller, I'm gonna ask the buyer to just bring more money to the table. For the convenience of me allowing them to go out and then have that contingent offer to sell their home. There's more risk in it for the seller. And so by asking a buyer to maybe even, pay a couple $1,000s more for that risk or that convenience isn't something that's unheard of. On top of that, there are other things you can do when it comes to monetary terms, such as increase your earnest deposit. And so an earnest deposit is typically given to the transaction by the buyer when they write an offer on the property. And so typically you're usually looking at like 1% for that. So to show the seller that you are in it to win it, that you want their house, however you have this contingency, you could up the ante there. Instead of a 1% earnest deposit, maybe you do 2 or 3% to show them that, hey, we're here, we're putting our skin in the game, our money where our mouth is, your house is our house, and we're willing to do whatever it takes to make this work for both of us. So that's the second tip there. And then the third thing is, it's really complicated to go through the process of trying to buy a home while you own a home with a contingency. So hiring an agent that's been there and done that is going to be, it's just ideal for this. It can be very complicated with all of the moving parts, because now you don't only have the moving parts of one sale, you've got moving parts of a second sale in here, which arguably, adds 2 to 3 times the amount of risk and work and items that need to be covered and lined up correctly to make sure that things close when they need to close, that inspections are happening when they need to happen, because those timelines get way tighter when you're dealing with 2 different transactions or 2 different home sales that are occurring. So get yourself a great agent if this is something that you're trying to work through and trying to offer a contingency to buy. So guys, those are the 3 things I would look at. That third thing, of course, I can't speak highly enough of. Just reach out to us. We've done that. We've helped, hundreds, thousands of people buy and sell a house here in the Lincoln area, and we'd love to help you with that. So with that being said, I will see you guys at our next. If you guys have topics that you want to cover or questions that you have, don't hesitate to reach out. Just reply back to this or in the comments and ask away, and we'd love to address those as well. Thanks again. Take care. Hey, thanks so much for checking out our video and watching till the end. If you're looking for more content about real estate, just simply subscribe over here to the right. And if you want more information on what your home is worth, check out sellyourhomelincoln.com to get an evaluation done, and one of our listing specialists will reach out to you to help you determine that final price. Thanks again.